EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. This episode is partially sponsored by Libby Weissman and her team at Senior Transition Navigator and Luxury Homes of the Treasure Coast. They work with seniors and their families, providing a wide range of services such as downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, relocation, estate sales, and more. Give Libby a call. Free consultation, 772-783-2800, or visit seniortransitionnavigator.com or luxuryhomesofthetreasurecoast.com. Well, they say getting old is not for the faint-hearted. Now, as we age, we do lose some of those natural defenses that our bodies have to keep us in top shape. Well, joining me in the studio today is Dr. Fenton Lebon, and he is the CEO of Next Generation NAD and Molecular World Health. Now, he has a sizable research team behind him, and they have a formulation that has yielded impressive results with nanotechnology. And also in the studio for the third time is Jane Coyne, and she is a medical massage therapist with Sandalwood Massage here in Vero Beach. And they are delivering these therapies to people who are either sick and tired of being sick and tired, or who are in great shape and want to stay that way. We have a lot to cover. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes,
Honored to be here.
Very good. Yeah,
Excited.
and I mentioned Molecular World Health because that's how we met, and I remember you talking about that. But then it's Next Generation NAD. I forgot what that was. It's
I'm a physician.
Yes.
I'm the CEO and co-founder of Molecular World Health.
Mm-hmm.
I work with Dick and Paula Medier, who are considered the clinical founders of NAD.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also always a physician.
Yes.
And I have a private practice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a general psychiatrist, and I use NAD a lot for various different medical therapeutics.
Yeah.
So I hold two different hats,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nice to be involved with product development and see it working on the patients that I have in my own private practice.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for giving me a little bit of a background. Your background is very, very extensive. You just Google your name and it's page after page after page. And it's amazing. There is so much that we're going to get into. My head was swimming when I read about you. And my thought was, ooh, I'm just too pretty to absorb this. I'll just get the cliff notes from you when we talk. But what made you want to become a massage therapist and open up your own practice?
I guess just years of doing different things in the medical field. And as I got older, I had gone from doing some botanical cryogenics, which interested me. And then I went and worked for pharmaceutical CVS and worked with transplant patients. I always seemed to be the advocate in the family. So I decided I wasn't going to retire. What could I do? Mm-hmm. And I had a friend who had stiff persons. And so
That's tough,
she would always ask me to come over and massage her. And I started thinking, maybe this is a way I can help people, because working in hospitals and doing that kind of thing really wasn't fulfilling.
Yeah.
So I decided to do it. Mm-hmm. And here I am today, and I got my medical certification in it.
Yeah.
And once I started to get bored with that a little bit because I wasn't doing enough. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I had connected with Dr. Lebon.
Very good. Very good. So we are known on the Treasure Coast for being a haven for retired people, but we have people here of all ages. So what I'd like for you to do is explain a little bit about the NAD Therapeutics in terms of the types of people that it helps, because it's for the elderly, it's for people that I've been reading about who have sports injuries, and then there's autoimmune. So if you could just give us an overarching umbrella and who falls under that benefits from NAD.
Well, thank you. It's my favorite medical topic. I've been looking at this molecule since 1980, and every year it surprises me, and every year we learn more and more about the molecule. What we know is that it's ubiquitous. It's in every cell of our body, and it is in every living organism on Earth, and it has been around for quite a long time. It's been around since life itself. So we like to say NAD's been under product development for about 3 billion years, and so it actually is the most important molecule for energy, and it's also the most important molecule for inflammation.
Oh, yes.
And we know that after 46 years old, our NAD levels, NAD is a molecule, a nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It's a mouthful, so we call it NAD.
Thank you for that. That's what I will call it.
By now, it's quite known in the scientific world, in the Kardashian space. So there are a lot of things that NAD is not understood from the standpoint of it's the major anti-inflammatory molecule. And after 46 years old, our NAD levels drop precipitously. We have a 50-50 rule, meaning after 50 years old, 50% of your NAD is depleted. And pretty much the things that we suffer and die from in the Western world, heart attack, stroke, diabetes, cancer, have an etiology of inflammation. So we have a nickname. It's called inflammaging, meaning as you get older, inflammation rages, and it's primarily our environment, but also naturally because NAD levels drop after 46 years old precipitously, and the problems that inflammation bring to us arise. And so we're very interested in the concept of everyone getting an NAD supplement on a daily basis. We have a concept, a technology called nanode NAD. We have a patent on it. I have an international patent on this. And it makes a big difference because it makes the molecule small and it makes it more what's called bioavailable and so stronger, and you get more benefit. So who would benefit? Well, anybody that is over 46 years old, anybody that has an autoimmune disorder. We see benefit in these types of things like Parkinson's, MS. We don't make claims because it's not an FDA-approved drug. We're taking it to the FDA. It's very helpful for pain because pain has an inflammatory etiology. And so anything that has to do with inflammation, which is pretty much everything in our surrounding world because our environment's quite inflammatory in origin. We now know that heart disease has an origin of inflammation, stroke, and so NAD is quite ubiquitous, and we see a benefit across the board. We live in a world in which we think that for every ill, there has to be a separate pill. So when I suggest that 3 different things are benefited from NAD, people listen to me. When I say 15, they think it's snake oil because, as I said, we've sort of been taught by Big Pharma and all the rest that for every pill we need, every ill we need a separate pill. But if you get into the mechanism of a disease and the mechanism of aging, you will see that there are common principles, most leading back to a hyperinflammatory state. And that's why NAD is really the foundational molecule.
Right. And this is wonderful because you are growing a legion of professionals in the medical and healthcare space, like Jane here in Vero Beach. So as a medical massage therapist, you are working with Dr. Lebon to introduce these therapies, these therapeutic, because it's given IV and under the tongue and topically and things like that. But, how are you working with, we're going to talk about success stories in the second half, but what does this mean for you and your patients, your clients?
Well, the biggest thing that I see all the time is that whoever comes in to see me for a massage always has something else that they're dealing with. And so I would start to feel as though, gee, I wish I could help them a little bit more with this or with that. Now, I can only use NAD topically. I'm not licensed to use it like a doctor. I can't do an IV.
Right.
That's why I study under Dr. Lebon. Anybody that I come across that I feel would benefit from seeing him, I pass that information on to them, and Dr. Lebon takes it from there. But in my practice, I have very few people that I would use it on in my therapeutic work that doesn't say to me, can I get some of that? Because it does work so well. And pain, if I'm massaging someone and their muscles are just way too tight, I can put NAD on it, go back to that in about 10 minutes, and I can get through that without even hurting them. So that's one thing. I can put it on people that have, when I do lymphatic, I've seen it work in a lymphatic massage. I've seen it work on knee pain, all types of pain that they have. And so I feel grateful to be able to do this because I always felt like it wasn't enough. The massage wasn't enough.
We have pickleballers, okay? So these are people that are supposed to just tone it down from tennis.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
They're vicious.
I've said that. I mean, it's taped and recorded. Oh my God, I'm going to stand on that. So, but we do have so many people of all ages enjoying sports. The pickleballers, tennis, golf are just like the three main things here. So they're all going to have to see you. So before we do the commercial break, please share your contact information.
You can reach me at Sandalwood Massage and Bodywork by Jane. I am located at 333 17th Street in Vero Beach, across from the Heart Center. And my phone number is 772-779-1137. And just call, or you can go to janecoyne.glassgenius.com, and my website's right there.
All right, very good. So for any wives that the husbands can't fulfill the honeydew list or push a vacuum around, if you don't send them to Jane, I'm sorry, then your house is just going to fall into disrepair. So before we go to the break, share your website, please, with everyone.
I'm at nextgenerationtherapeutics.com. I
have a different website for you, sir. I was given NAD Warriors.
That's yes, there are many NAD Warriors. And Jane is one of our NAD Warriors. We call them Wellness Warriors.
Okay, and then the other one.
The other one is mine at Fenton at molecularworldhealth.com, and the phone number is 225-422-9007. Okay. So any of those, you can reach me. And I like to talk to anybody that has questions about NAD. As I said, it's my favorite topic. Because it makes such a big difference in people's lives. And being a molecule in your own body, there aren't any side effects.
Yeah, I love that. And with that, we have a lot more to discuss. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Hit the zone this Friday and Saturday night at 6:30 and 8:30 for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock tariff-free coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of American-made Telescope, Berlin Gardens, and Pollywood, all with no tariff ever. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Come in now for our summer sale and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Hi, I'm Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector. We're back for the second half of this very important show with Dr. Fenton Lebon of NADwarriors.com and Next Generation and Molecular World Health. He's got a lot going on, and we're going to get to that in just a moment. And Jane Coyne of Sandalwood Massage. And we spoke about NAD, okay, that's the abbreviation. I'm too pretty to know all the sciencey words, okay? And we talked about in the first half who you're working with, the types of people and conditions. Please, I'm going to use a very technical term here. Geek out a little bit and explain NAD a little bit more for us.
I'm always told not to geek out, so
I'm giving
I
you
enjoyed this. Yes,
like two and a half minutes.
Yes.
Here we go.
So I like to talk about it in respect of what it benefits. So I think of NAD in 2 frameworks. I think of it wellness and longevity, and then medical therapeutics. So everybody in today's world is talking about longevity, and everybody's talking about wellness. And everybody wants to live to be 100 years old, but not in a decrepit state, but a healthy state.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
So the way I think about wellness and longevity is, if you want to get to be 100 years old in a healthy way, the first thing of importance is to remove the things that are going to keep that from happening. So I was an Eastern philosophy major as an undergraduate in college. And the word guru comes to mind. So everybody's talking about guru. I have a guru, you have a guru. And guru in Sanskrit means dispeller of darkness.
Oh.
So I think the difference between the way the Western mentality is for medicine, the Eastern mentality, the Western mentality, especially for wellness and longevity, think about adding things.
Mm-hmm.
If I need something, I feel like I'm in a deficit, or something's wrong, I think about adding something. The East thinks about what should I remove. So we think about wellness and its opposite, disease. And disease is disorder. And so we think about order as wellness and disorder as disease. So dis-ease, the body's in equilibrium, the body's in harmony, and then we are at ease, and then we are at dis-ease. So how does NAD tie into that? It ties into it from talking about 2 things. Energy, and the opposite of energy is weakness, and one of the causes of weakness is inflammation. So we can think of inflammation as disorder, and the lack of inflammation and wellness as order. So now let me get to the geeking out part. So for about 100 years, we've known that NAD is an ingredient, a molecule that exists in every cell of our body that helps produce another long-winded molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So you can think of NAD as the crude oil and ATP as the gasoline. And in each cell, there is a little motor, a little battery called a mitochondria. So you'll eat a food item, say glucose, which is a carbohydrate, subunit, and it's broken down. And when it's broken down, this NAD molecule is sitting there waiting to pick up a hydride, and it grabs that hydride and it scurries over to the mitochondria, so to speak, and it drops it off. And then it goes and picks up another one, and it goes back and forth and back and forth. And that's one of the purposes of NAD for energy.
Okay.
And the output in the mitochondria is this molecule called ATP. So we've known that for a very long time, that NAD is the primary ingredient to energy. And when you take a nasal spray or a sub-Q or an IV or a topical, you notice not oral, because NAD and its precursor molecules, if they're taken in a pill form, sadly, they're just broken up in stomach acid.
Rendered
so
useless.
It's very sad that
Sure.
many people are buying precursor molecules or oral NAD. They're not getting any benefit at all,
Wow.
sadly,
Okay.
because of that standpoint.
I'm glad you said
So
that.
energy is the primordial output of NAD. The other output of NAD is that NAD combines, here we get a little geeked out, combines with a molecule complex called sirtuins. And sirtuins are very popular in the press of biohacking and aging and telomere lengthening and all this. So NAD plus sirtuin combines coenzymatically to produce an enzyme that gets rid of free radicals and reactive oxygen species. And we all, on the back of our cereal box or other granolas, we hear about free radicals and how bad they are.
Mhm.
And a free radical and a reactive oxygen species are the primordial etiology of inflammation. And NAD, combining with the sirtuin, produces an enzyme that destroys that. Anxiety is an example. So it's interesting how anxiety can cause inflammation.
Okay.
So if we have an anxious thought, we know that it raises cortisol levels. We all know that.
Yeah, yeah.
And cortisol levels then go on to remove that enzyme that is getting rid of free radicals. So by removing an enzyme that's getting rid of free radicals, cortisol actually raises our free radicals. And we have free radical damage to our amygdala, which is the part of our brain that produces an emotional sensation.
Wow.
And so an anxious thought can produce inflammation, and inflammation can affect the amygdala, and the amygdala causes an emotional, anxious thought feeling. So we know that NAD is also important for inflammation, and inflammation is a very important ingredient for producing coronary artery plaques. It's very important for the production of cerebrovascular plaques, because we now know that cholesterol levels are not the only cause of plaques, but it needs to be in an environment of inflammation. And that's why we go to the doctor and we get things like C-reactive protein, and that's why people are very concerned about keeping your inflammation low, because you'll have less risk for stroke and heart disease. And I was...
Ooh, we only have 2 minutes left. Oh, my goodness.
So the other thing that we also know it's very important is NAD is very important in the protection of mutation. And mutation is the etiology of cancer.
Yeah. Well, you know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have you back on again, because is there very quickly one success story that you want to share about a client?
Yes, I do. Very quickly. Someone who had neuropathy, developed neuropathy over the years.
Okay.
And very badly. And she has been using it topically for about 6 months. And while she had to find her own dosage, you use it so often, she will not live without it now, because she's at least 50 to 60% better than she was.
I love
and
hearing
she can
that.
sleep.
Because that is so painful.
Yes.
Pain just slows you down, wears you down, wakes you up at night.
Yep.
It's just...
And it has a cumulative effect, which is what we're looking for.
Yeah, I love that very much. So very quickly, I just want to say, Libby Weissman, SeniorTransitionNavigator.com, LuxuryHomesOfTheTreasureCoast.com. Seniors, you just need to have a sit down with her and learn about how she can make your life so much easier with a wide range of services that she offers. 772-783-2800 is her number. And now I want to say thank you to both of you, because there's nothing worse than people being in pain. And they get, it's that cliche term, sick and tired of being sick and tired. But they can try it. They can see you, and they can try it for themselves to then see if it's going to work for them. So would you guys come back on and geek out some more? We are totally, you know what? We're totally done. Wonderful. Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector. Until next week, I miss you already.